What's up, everybody? Clubhouse. I'm your guy, Lumbar Trucking, back at it again with another Monday. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend out there. You're rolling safe. The weather's looking good, keeping the rubber side down. Check your inbox, by the way. We got taillights issue 69. Nice. Just dropped in your inbox. We got a lot of stuff going on in there. Got some information on there for the FMCSA's new registration requirements. Check that link out for sure. It is DOT Blitz Week. We got a survey we'd love your feedback on as well. And hey, happy Blitz Week. We'd love to know if you're still rolling, if you're hiding from DOT. We're actually going to be talking to somebody whose entire Instagram handle is all about DOT. Actually, we're going to be bringing them on the Clubhouse in just a moment. But got some great stuff in there, some articles. One specifically is the FMCSA has a public comment section period open only until May 15th, by the way, regarding an exemption that an autonomous truck manufacturer is seeking from the FMCSA. They are trying to seek an exemption over not having to have a human put out triangles when the truck breaks down. They're trying to lobby for their own kind of lights, light technology that would be on the truck, similar to like an emergency vehicle. That's what they want. They want a 5-year exemption on it, and you are able to leave some public comment on it. And we've got all that information right in Taillights. It's in your inbox right now. So go check it out. Taillights issue number 69. But without any further delay, this week coming on the Clubhouse is my good friend, whose name on Instagram, by the way, if you want to go follow him now, is just in time for Blitz Week, is Offend DOT. My buddy Dimitro. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Man, is it good to see you? Where are you at right now?
Right now I'm on the border of Indiana and Ohio on the Petro I-70.
Awesome. I know exactly where you're at. So are you going into Indiana or are you about to leave?
No, I'm going to Ohio right now.
Okay.
Pickup location. Yeah, I got a pickup load tomorrow morning.
Awesome, man. Looking forward to seeing what adventures you're up to next. But before we get into that, I mean, I'd love to know how we got here. What is your story, and how did you get into the trucking industry?
Of course, because it's money wise. Like it wasn't my passion when I decided to jump to trucking. I didn't know what I'm gonna get or what I need to expect for that, but one day I decided that I need to get a CDL. It was back in 2000, I guess 18, probably. Yeah, I used to live in Miami. I used to work at a restaurant as a waiter, and one day I decided maybe I need to. I was trying to do some different kind of businesses, but then I decided to get a CDL to make some money, drive truck like for 1 year probably, like accumulate some amount of money, a lot of money, and then get out. But 6 years later or 7 years later, I'm still here.
I'd love to hear about it, though. So you're working down in Miami, which, I mean, can't go wrong with the weather there. Did did somebody tell you about trucking, or were you like just seeing it on social media?
Back in the days, there was not too much like social media stuff about trucking. Maybe probably there was like couple bloggers on YouTube, maybe, and there is a lot of people was talking about that around that like truckers make a lot of money. That's why I decided to get my CDL.
You're like, hey, why not try to give this a shot, see what I could do
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
year,
yeah.
and take it from there.
I expected to make $1 million probably in the first year, I guess.
But well,
it was funny.
You didn't make that first million, but yet you're still here. So
Yeah.
you got your CDL. Where'd you get your start? What got you over the road?
The main company where I start.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable sharing the company, it's up to you.
I don't remember the name of company, but it was company from Chicago. As a like Slavic Ukrainian guy, I used to go to Ukrainian companies because back in the days you can't really find any trucking job like in the internet, Instagram or Facebook like groups like nowadays. Back in the days it was only about connections. So I got a friend who met a guy at a sauna, and that guy used to work as an owner operator, like back in the days in that company, Ukrainian company. It was company of like they got 30 trucks at that moment. It was flatbed company, And that guy started. My friend started working in that company, and they called me, "Hey, here is like crazy work. We're gonna make a lot of money. Let's go." I said, "Okay." It was end of November. I used to live in Miami for how many? 4 years. I didn't see any snow and cold for 4 years. Flew to the Chicago. Like it was crazy cold. It was a lot of snow, and I started working on the flatbed. It was funny. It was a
Oh,
lot of fun. Yeah.
oh, you got thrown right in the fire. So your first job, flatbed, wintertime, Upper
Yeah.
Midwest.
Yeah. Back in the days where like it was free road without any regulations almost.
No, that's good. So how long there? I mean, I understand now you're a fleet owner. So kind of walk us through. And this was 2018 when you got rolling. So
Hmm.
yeah, how'd the next years roll out? How did you get yourself to become an owner operator yourself?
It was like a long story actually, because after that, after 3 months working on the flatbed, like almost when winter almost finished, I decided that trucking is not about, it's not for me. I decided to quit. After then, I sit at home. I flew back to Miami, sit at home, almost burn my money, almost everything, and then decided to start pulling a reefer trailer. I was pulling the reefer trailer. It was crazy. Like I didn't sleep well because it's like reefer stuff. I don't like that. And then again, I decided to quit for 3 months. And then I found the company also. It was a Ukrainian company, big company. They have a actually good environment for newbie drivers. And they offered me to work with them. And I used to work with them probably for 1.5 or 1 year, something like that. And then I took it was after pandemic ends, right after pandemic ends, and I took a truck. I rent a truck. It was crazy. Like it was old Fredliner Cascadia with a reefer trailer. That reefer trailer had a hole in the wall. It didn't have any turning lights. Oh, it was crazy. Anyway, we made the money, a lot of money back in the days. And then I decided to buy my oven truck. Yeah, I bought my oven truck. Then I bought a step deck trailer, and then unfortunately that like all that stuff in Ukraine starts war, and at one moment I decided to like I tired of that. I decided to sell everything. I sell again. I decided to quit. I sell my truck. I sell my trailer. I had a huge Instagram account related to trucking industry, and I sold also that trucking account and decided, hey, I'm not gonna back and never again in trucking. After 3 months sitting home, I decided, okay, I'm gonna go to work for some company for like couple months, get some money, and jump out again. And I used to work as a company driver for 2 weeks, I guess. I drove through Austin, Texas, and there is some dealer of Fredliner. I decided to stop to check just to check the trucks. I stopped, went there like to the office. Hey, I want to see some trucks. Can you show me what you got? They showed me, and I bought a truck. and after 1 week of that, I opened my own authority. So
Man, so
and
that's a wild timeline. So you built it up, you become an owner operator, you grow a social media account one time, and then the war breaks out back home, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna you
yeah,
you decide to get out for a little bit, and then something I've heard you're not alone in this because I've heard this before with people who it's hard to get out of the industry. It's hard to leave
yeah,
once you get into it. And so
yeah,
while you were working, I know the Freightliner dealership you're talking to because I'm down here in Austin. It's right off of 35, right?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I know the exact Freightliner dealership you went to. And you stopped there while you were a company driver and you're like, let me see what you got.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's it. It's like it was like that kind of purchase when you just, hey, okay, I'm gonna get it. I didn't check a truck well, actually. It got a lot of problem. It was good truck, actually, because I sold the truck 1 year ago to my friends. They got they have a like trucking company of 60 trucks probably. I invest in that Freightliner Cascadia to 20 grand during the year and sold to my friends, and that truck still running, and like all drivers saying it's the best truck in the fleet.
Good stuff. What are you driving now?
It's a Peterbilt. It's a Peterbilt mid-roof with a long base.
Nice. And you're still pulling a step deck, right?
Oh no, I sold step deck. Right now I got a flatbed.
Regular flatbed. And so you have your truck. How many other trucks do you have, or you just have just the one?
Right now just the one. Yeah. I had one more. It was on a lease to buy program, and I sold it a couple months ago. Yeah, and right now I have only one. I'm looking for a driver for an owner operator. Actually.
So right now you're actively hiring owner operators?
Yeah. Owner operators and the drivers. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So
experienced drivers. Yeah, on a flatbed and on a dry van, actually.
all right. So if anybody's watching Instagram live right now, you can go find Offend DOT on Instagram. He is hiring. So if you got some questions, definitely hit him up. So how long have you had your authority?
2 years. No, it's already more than 2 years. Yeah.
So three years you've had it, and you
no 2 years.
2 years. So it's 2026 now. Something 20. So you've navigated a pretty tough freight market. How's it been going for you out there with the market, with rates and everything like that? Has it been good, ups and downs?
It was crazy. I remember at the first, I can't book my first load for 3 days, I guess, when I started, because every broker was, hey, how old is your authority? Like 3-4 months. Okay, no, goodbye. And I was like, we was like, keep looking. I remember that moment when I booked my first load, like under my authority. I was so happy. It was damn cheap load to the New Jersey, like with a late appointment. It was crazy, but it was funny. Yeah, it's already more than 2 years, and actually it was long funny road, but because right now I only right now I can feel it, that those 2 years that I spent and invest like a lot of my energy to build like good safety score for a company, some relationships with the brokers, like to learn a lot of stuff about trucking company, trucking industry from owner of the trucking company perspective. So it was interesting, and I'm excited what's going to be next.
And we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I got to bring it up because I know this from talking to you on Instagram a little bit. So as you've had this in and out with the trucking industry, you've had your authority now for 2 years, but also only because this is really important to me, and we're talking about it a lot. We've been talking about it a lot the last few weeks. You've also been able to maintain and live a pretty healthy lifestyle while you're out on the road, and you kind of have a little weight loss testimony that you've been going through yourself. And I mean, flatbed does help, but how have you incorporated, a healthy lifestyle into while you're a business owner?
Okay, what about healthy lifestyle? Because healthy lifestyle, there is like I'm gonna tell some small story about my health. On December 2nd, I almost got diet because of a lot of stress in my life, and like my heart also almost stopped at some moment. And I used to go to different like hospitals, doctors, and all of them saying, hey, the only reason why you're still alive because you used to like be active almost whole your life. And at that moment I realized that it's already at that moment it was paid off, that all that energy that I spent running, I used to run half marathons. I used to run just like, I don't know, like 10 kilometers per day. So it was just it was routine. And at that moment it was paid off. And what second question was about business owner, you said?
Oh yeah, it's just, it's really difficult to, as you're running a business also, keep your health, on the front of your mind. But I see you on
Yeah.
Instagram, you're on the treadmill. How have you yeah, I mean, how have you been able to incorporate, exercise into your job? How have you been able to balance that?
It's about priorities. Actually, like 1 hour ago, I was at the gym. I used to run like 5 miles and then do some workout and then again driving. Because what I see, it's a big problem, like about drivers and trucking industry. A lot of people have healthy issues because, as I see, most of the drivers nowadays they don't talk to each other. They just park on a truck stop or like rest area and just sitting in a truck, and it creates a lot of problem, like physical problem and psychology problem, like depression, all this stuff, and all those deaths combined creates bigger problem in the health issue. And I don't want to be like that. I decided when that moment of my life became that I almost died. I realized that, hey, you need to be stay active. If you're in tracking anyway, like tracking or not tracking, you need to be stay active, because when you're moving, your brain working better, your health gets better. So that's the reason. It's about only about priorities.
That's good. No, I appreciate that. It's about priorities. So to anybody out there listen, take this as your cue. If you're listening to this and you're sitting down, just get up and do little 10 air squats. Go for a quick 5 minute walk if you're doing it. Take a note. And it takes sometimes that's what it takes. And man, are we blessed to still have you here. That health scare that you have ended up leaning back this way. So you're still here with us, and you're still out here trucking. So I'm glad it gave you the motivation and inspiration to keep going. Shifting gears a little bit, you've been out here since 2018. I'm sure that this was an issue when you first came out, especially flatbedding. But truck parking. I've got to ask you, when was the first time you had heard about Truck Parking Club?
I guess it was 1 year or 2 years ago. I don't remember exactly the date, but I used to see that your advertisement probably on Facebook or Instagram, I guess, because I was like looking for some parking, and I remember I saw Truck Parking Club, like that application offers some parking, and because I went to some couple truck stops, there was no space at all, and I booked some. Actually, I made some reservation with the truck parking, and it was actually enjoyed it.
No, that's awesome, man. I mean, that's what I mean. I had a conversation with somebody just yesterday about how, I mean, everywhere was full where they were at. They knew they couldn't get there, and I mean, it came in clutch for them, especially for a week like this week, DOT Blitz week. They're going to be really big on ELDs and hours of service, and so
Mm-hmm.
and places are going to be filling up. Some people might not drive during Blitz week, so if you need some truck parking, that's where to find it. I've got to ask, have you had any truck parking nightmares? Like when you first went out, I mean, you went from Miami to Chicago to do flatbed in the wintertime. Have you ever had any scares where you couldn't find parking or you had to sleep on an on or off ramp?
Yeah, yeah, a lot. It was a lot actually, because back in the days it was not like problem of to find a good parking, like safe parking, as big as today, because nowadays it's crazy. It's hard to find a good parking spot actually, because I don't like to park at truck stops because it's dangerous for the truck, because my two previous trucks it was hits like couple times at the truck stop. I don't like that. I don't want to lose time and money, because of some others mistakes. Oh, yeah, I understand it's gonna be like insurance. They're gonna pay for repairs, but I'm gonna lose some time and money.
Losing time and money. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Bingo. No, good
It's like
stuff.
so, like if especially in some big cities like New York City, close to New York City, maybe Baltimore. Like 1 month ago, I guess. Yeah, I used to park at the truck parking club at close to New York City. It was easy to just like to park because there is not too much parking. I just book like in advance in 2 days. I knew that I'm gonna go to that area. I booked some spot and that's it. I left my truck without any problem and went to meet my friend.
I'm glad you bring up New York City because, you know, a lot of people on social media will always talk about how they will not go to New York City, but because of parking and sometimes tolls. But at this point now, and this is why I mean, this is why we go live, this is why we're active on social media, is if you are an owner operator or a driver and you're being offered extra money to go to New York City and you're worried about parking, we have locations within the radius of New York City, within proximity of probably wherever it is you are going. So that way you do have that parking, and that was parking that was never really available before to happen. So I'm glad this worked out for you in New York City. Kind of want to bring it to content because I think it's crazy that you grew a social media page and then you put the lid on it, but now you're back. You've got an Instagram that's done really well. So what got you into making content about the trucking industry?
First of all, I was thinking about just to make some memes, like memes and about all the trucking industry because only people in the trucking industry could understand most of my memes. But sometimes it's like a lot of people like share that, and but other thing, I'm trying to improve that industry because at some reels that people maybe don't like too much, I'm telling the truth that there is some problem with some issues with the industry, with the drivers, like with the brokers, with the carriers. Like there is not like some people blaming Americans, like immigrants blaming like so-called real American truckers. Real Americans so-called blaming immigrants. Like there is not good or bad because it's only about bad people. That's it. And like we need to be united, not separate. And that's I'm trying to like share my thoughts on Instagram and showing that again, showing about health. Like you can stay active while you on the road. You just you don't need to like spend and waste your time, your health, your health like in a truck. You can go walk, I don't know, like enjoy your restart probably somewhere at a New York or New Jersey, like see the different cities. Because most of the drivers used to be all around the country, but they never seen like nothing except the road and truck stop.
Dude, and it's great that you are showing that lifestyle, not only because some things I want to point out because you're right, memes and humor and those videos are what's going to unify people because at the end of the day, you're right. It's about rooting out the bad players and the bad characters, and we need to find those people, and we can easily find out the good and bad people by coming together around our shared collective knowledge of the industry through memes and then showing the lifestyle. And I always promote more drivers to make more and more content showing their lifestyle because there are drivers who, as you said, they've seen the country, but they haven't gotten out to see the country.
Yeah. Like most of the drivers can say, hey, I've been all around the country. I saw all states. But when you're going to start asking him about some states, he didn't know nothing. He didn't see nothing, actually.
Yeah, you have to get out and go live it. I remember in St. Louis, I've gone to the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. I went to a St. Louis Blues game. I've gone out. I've seen a baseball game in Kansas City. I mean, these are things that you've got to do, and you don't think you can do it because you think you always need to just live by the mile. But you can.
Yeah.
It's priorities. We got to realize that you're still a human behind the wheel at the end of the day, and you've got to live as humanly possible as you can.
Most people like scared that like they couldn't drive a truck to some cities. So I can drive my like I can find almost everywhere like Planet Fitness where I can park my truck and do my workout. It's not a big problem. So it's same as to find some good spot to park your truck and enjoy some city.
No, that's good, man. Keep making content, keep motivating people, bringing people together, uniting. At the end of the day, that's what people are attracted to. The overall message of what you're trying to do is bring people together. and rally people behind what's good about the industry and who the good people are. And I think that's important that you keep bringing up those conversations.
Yeah.
Last question.
I will try. Yeah. I will try to keep it moving.
Yeah, man, keep it up. Hey, gotta give a big shout out to our guy Wolfgang, by the way. He's saying what's up to you out there, Wolfgang Wegland. Well, Wolfgang Wedland, by the way. Which big shout out to our customer care team over at Truck Parking Club. Again, for any of you guys out there, drivers, anybody listening, we do have 24-hour customer care that is available for you 24/7. You can go to truckparkingclub.com/contact. It opens up a ticket. No issue gets unsolved when you go through our customer care department. So just want to give a quick plug to that, depending on where you're at this week. Last question I got for you, though, Dimitro, is what's your advice to anybody? So say I just got my CDL and I'm like, hey, Dimitro, what is the best piece of advice you can give me getting into the industry?
I always think like I only give us like only one main advice: don't rush. You need to learn. Like it looks simple to drive a truck. Yeah, it's like it looks simple, but if you're gonna make one mistake, it could be huge. It could be a huge problem for you, and could be a huge problem for a company. Because like let's realize if there is some trucking company where, for example, 20 trucks, right? Like 20 drivers, probably 5 dispatchers, 1 safety manager, 1 accountant, 1 business owner, or 2 business owners, right? Every truck driver, most of them has a family. For example, like they all of them has a wives and girlfriends, right? Somebody of them has some children, right? 1 or 2. So, and one huge mistake of one newbie driver could create bunch of problem for everybody in that company, because if FMCSA, like for example, like after some big crash, gonna close that company, all those people gonna lose a job, and all those families not gonna get food on their tables, right? So you need to, if you new driver, you need to don't rush. You need to ask and learn. That's the main advice what I'm giving to people, because everybody when they going to get CDL and like jumping in trucking, they want to make bank right away. In 1 month, they want to be a millionaire. Like me, I was same in the same boat, but right now I know there could be a lot of problem. And for like again, a trucking job, it's one of the dangerous job in the United States. A lot of drivers, because of the stress, like they dying in the trucks, right? Because they don't have any activities, they don't have time to get some good food because they scared to go to Walmart to get some products, right? Some groceries. They buying all that shit on a truck stop. So you need to learn and don't rush and respect yourself. First of all.
Learn, don't rush, and respect yourself. Good
Yeah.
call, man. So where last time? So are you social media wise? Are you just findable on Instagram? Or are you on any other channels?
Right now I'm trying to grow my page on a Facebook, as also calls FNDOT, and my company page. I was trying to do YouTube, but on Russian language, and it didn't go well, so I decided to not spend the time and money on that. Maybe I'm gonna jump into it again sometimes, but not now.
No, that's good, man. So we can find you everywhere on Instagram, offend DOT, guys. And if we see you out there, you've got something on the back of your trailer too that says the same thing, right?
Yeah. It's like it's a small dump truck with a sticker of my Instagram. If you see me on the road, you can tag me.
Give them a little wave.
Yeah. Like you can take a photo and tag me on Instagram. I'm gonna repost that, and a lot of people like that when I'm driving. Like a lot of people like, hey, I like your truck.
I have. I'll be honest. I've seen, because people have taken videos of your trailer with the toy dump truck, and
Mhm.
because I've seen it on TikTok, because it has your name on it, because it has the sticker that says offend DOT, and like regular. I always refer to people who don't drive as civilians, but I guess like four wheelers will see
Yeah.
they'll see the toy dump truck like strapped down to a flatbed trailer, and they think, and like people don't know if it's serious or a joke, like four-wheeler drivers, but I've seen seniors out there. So, and people, I'm assuming, are you mainly driving like east of I-35, kind of Midwest, that like Eastern US?
Mostly I drive right now. We operate on the Midwest, East Coast, not Northeast, probably some kind of South, but mostly of Midwest.
Sweet. So we'll have to keep our eyes out if we're ever up there in the Midwest. So you guys know where to find Dimitro on Instagram. That's at offenddot. And just want to say, Dimitro, this is your first time coming on the Clubhouse. Will not be the last. We'll definitely run back an update with you in a little bit. We'd love to check in and see what's going on. And to anybody else who jumped in here on the Clubhouse this Monday night, we jump on here every Monday at 7:30 Central Time to talk with some of our partners, just talk trucking, see what's going on, issues in the industry, their stories, driver stories. Do want to let you know we will be live this Wednesday at 3 p.m. We're going to be on the horn with Martin Transport, getting their story. So really excited for that interview. But to everybody else who jumped on this Monday, very much appreciate you. Stay safe out there. If you couldn't tell by listening the last half hour, Dimitro's an individual who cares about this industry and wants to leave it better than he found it. And that's kind of what his career has looked like. I mean, it has pulled him back in, and it has. He's been remotivated. Where and he's had himself a health scare, and he's come back, and he's here looking to make this industry better than he found it. That's exactly why we partner with him, because that is what we do at Truck Parking Club. We help truckers save time and fuel by efficiently reserving truck parking nationwide. And so if you need truck parking tonight, you can go to truckparkingclub.com. Use the promo code OFFENDDOT20 for $20 off your next booking. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for the Clubhouse. Stay safe out there during Blitz Week and hammer down.